From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, July 15th, 2017. Silver is trading at $16 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,229 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 5.9 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $2,050. Antiwar.com reports Pentagon officials issued a statement claiming that Abu Sayyid, whom they believe to have been the emir of the Islamic State affiliate in Afghanistan, was killed in a drone strike in the Kunar province earlier in the week. The drone strike reportedly killed other the Islamic State members as well. Pentagon officials said they believe the death of this emir would significantly disrupt the Islamic State attempts to expand their presence in the country. There are serious reasons to doubt that this is going to have much impact, however. The biggest reason is that Abu Sayyid is the third Pentagon-claimed emir they've killed in Afghanistan in just the last 12 months. The previous one, Abdul Hasib, was killed only a little over 2 months ago, and the Pentagon was similarly confident that that would be a game-changer. It wasn't. As with the Islamic State everywhere else, the organization of the leadership is not well understood, and the groups have shown an ability to adapt to losing such figures without apparent large impact to their day-to-day operations on the ground. Whether you're looking for precious metals, bitcoins, or books, you'll find that and more at shop.fppradio.com. Every purchase you make from one of my affiliates, like Namecheap and Amazon, at shop.fppradio.com helps fund FPP Radio. Or you can shop directly from FPP with Bitcoin in the Bitcoin store. That's shop.fppradio.com. UPI reports in a speech to some 35 U.S. governors on Friday, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau urged individual states to press for open trade policies as President Donald Trump's administration prepares to reopen potentially contentious negotiations over the North American Free Trade Agreement. During the 20-minute address to the National Governors Association summer meeting in Rhode Island, Trudeau criticized protectionist trade policies which were tied to Trump's populist economic message during the 2016 campaign. Though he did not single out Trump personally, Trudeau said restrictive trade policies would hurt employment on both sides of the U.S.-Canadian border. Trudeau said such policies kill growth, and that hurts the very workers these measures are nominally intended to protect. Once we travel down that road, it can quickly become a cycle of tit for tat, a race to the bottom where all sides lose. He cited statistics that show Canada is the #1 export target for 35 U.S. states, claiming that 9 million U.S. jobs are dependent on cross-border commerce. The speech came as Trump readies to re-enter negotiations with Canada and Mexico to alter the North American Free Trade Agreement, the Clinton-era free trade deal Trump frequently criticized during the campaign because he said it puts U.S. workers and companies at a disadvantage. NAFTA negotiations could begin as soon as next month after the United States signals what portions of the agreement it wishes to reopen. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports President Donald Trump's temporary ban on travelers from 6 Muslim-majority countries cannot stop grandparents and other relatives of U.S. citizens from entering the country, according to a U.S. judge. The ruling by U.S. District Judge Derek Watson in Honolulu also opens the door for more refugees and deals Trump a fresh courtroom defeat and a long back and forth over an executive order that has gone all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. The state of Hawaii has asked Watson to narrowly interpret a Supreme Court ruling that revived parts of Trump's March 6 executive order banning travelers from Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen for 90 days, as well as all refugees for 120 days. The Supreme Court last month said the ban could take effect, but that anyone from the 6 countries with a bona fide relationship to a U.S. person or entity could not be barred. The Trump administration then interpreted that opinion to allow spouses, parents, children, fiancés, and siblings into the country, but barred grandparents and other family members in a measure Trump called necessary to prevent terrorist attacks. Watson harshly criticized the government's definition of close family relations as the antithesis of common sense and a ruling that changes the way the ban can now be implemented. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.